I met my love by the gasworks wall. Dreamed a dream by the old canal. I kissed my girl by the factory wall. Burly old town.
Hey there, today we're gonna be doing a homebrew. I'm gonna start a brand new batch today. It's an AHS strong ale. That means Austin Homebrew, and it's a strong ale. So let me show you my setup right over here. Over here you got the bar corner, the tap, and all that. This is all custom done. These handles also are really cool. We actually got these in Austin Homebrew. Me and my neighbor Ron, he actually cuts these out of onyx, calcite. They make a really cool tap handle. You can actually go online and buy these off of his website. It's called www.fluorescence.com, and you can check out. He's got a lot of cool products with this kind of minerals and rare minerals. So follow me into this hallway to where you can see where this tap leads through the wall and goes in here. And I'll show you the setup. Right over here you see the setup I have inside the closet. This is actually a freezer that I have a temperature gauge on it to keep it just above freezing, so all the beer is ice cold coming out of the wall. This is where I store all my stuff. You know, you got your bottling and you know, my extracts here. This is the beer I'm going to be brewing today. Like I said, it's an AHS strong ale. This deep dark beer is a classic winter warmer with a rich malty flavor. Sounds delicious. So here's all my equipment. I got my primary fermenter, secondary fermenter in here, and bottling bucket and all that. I haven't really done a lot of bottling since I started kegging. Find it a lot more convenient to keg. And there you see 2 Cornelius kegs inside the freezer. And then you can come over here and look at comes out of the door into the wall and then into the dining room, which you saw the tap coming out of. So I'm going to get started on this beer and kind of show you the steps as we go along with the entire process, from beginning to kegging to pulling the first cold beer out of the wall. Alright, so now what I have going on is I got all my equipment out. I've got 2.5 gallons of water boiling on the stove right now. I just went and bought one of these pitchers. The way I marked a half a gallon and a gallon makes it a little easier. For this recipe, you know, you got your thermometer, you got your hydrometer. The hydrometer checks the gravity of the ale. Normally I would make a yeast starter kit beforehand, and you mix this with the your yeast culture, and makes for a lot more yeast and makes the yeast more aggressive and more active in it. But this time I just bought 2 of these vials because I need to get started with this brew quickly, and this usually only takes a day to set up the yeast starter kit, but I just didn't go that route this time. You know, you got your primary fermenter, and then this is what you start with. And this thing right here is called a thief. This is a really cool, handy tool. I'm all about convenience, and this is a really good thing to, you just stick this down in your beer, and then you just pull it out, and it has a sample right there, so you can just add that to your hydrometer. Boom, real easy. So that's what I'm waiting on right now, just the water to boil and get started on making the wort. The wort is the roux of a gumbo. The wort is your flavor in the beer. This is the most important, critical part of making your home brew is the wort. Alright, once your water has reached 155 degrees, you now put your crushed grains, which I have in the grain bag now, into the water. And you let it soak in here for 15 minutes. So I just put it on the timer. And it's kind of like a tea bag. You just kind of pull it in and out, letting it soak in the 155 degree water for 15 minutes. Done with that 15 minutes. So what I typically do is I take the grains and I put them in a strainer like this. After it drips out as much as it does there, and I just kind of put it there. And just kind of give it some shakes to let all the juice get out of there. Turn them both on. High. Just like that. And let the wort become a boil. What we're going to do now is turn off the heat, and we're going to add our extracts and any additional sugars that you're going to add to this. So for example, I got a Brew Vent alcohol boost. This is going to add, it says up to 1% higher alcohol content. I got 2 extracts here, 8 pounds, and this recipe called for dark brown sugar, which I'm also going to add to this. Best way to do this is just to grab your extract like this, and I just like to slowly pour it in as I stir. I'm adding bucket number 2. Now we are adding the dark brown sugar. Now we're going to stir in the alcohol boost. Alright, now we're at a rolling boil again with our sugar mixture, and we're going to set the timer for 60 minutes, 1 hour. And we're going to add the nugget to the wort. The nugget. So we're just going to stir that in there now. Now while I got the wort on the stove boiling for 60 minutes, I usually take this time to go ahead and sanitize my primary fermenter. I personally like to use the Brew Vent Cleanitizer from Austin Homebrew. But if you have a favorite, use that one. Okay, so now we got 15 minutes left out of the 60 minutes, and what we're going to do now is add the first half of the first gold. It's a 1 ounce pack. These are the hops. We're just going to add half of this bag right now, and then half of it when there's only 5 minutes left. Okay, so now we have 5 minutes left on the 60-minute boil. We're going to go ahead and add the second half of the first gold hops. Okay, now so the timer is up, and what we want to do is cool the wort down to 80 degrees, and this is my method of doing that. What I like to do is take the wort,